Back to Entertainment Express. Now, since Star Trek made its television debut nearly 30 years ago in 1966, those magic words, to boldly go where no man has gone before, have passed into legend.
After the original Star Trek series came Star Trek The Next Generation, 6 motion pictures, and the new Star Trek Voyager series.
Now, in the 7th Star Trek movie, Star Trek Generations, the two famous captains of the starship Enterprise, James T. Kirk, alias William Shatner, and Jean-Luc Picard, alias Patrick Stewart, are brought face to face in the 24th century.
It's a doorway that we call the Nexus.
Now, of all the glamorous intergalactic locations possible for a Star Trek premiere, they've chosen the planet Leicester Square. And in a moment, we get the chance to see just who's beamed up for the big night itself. Actually, I'm hoping to do a little bit of Klingon bonding myself, so we'll see if I get lucky. But one thing is certain, where there is Star Trek, there are Trekkies. Because you are a real person, you're not part of the film, you're a Trekkie, aren't you?
Indeed I am, yes.
What does that involve doing?
Well, enjoying the TV show and enjoying the movies and being very silly and putting on clothes like this.
You're mad.
Indeed I am.
I quite like it. Does this mean anything to you?
Not in the slightest, no.
The star is going to collapse in a matter of minutes.
Sir, the implosion has produced a level 12 shockwave.
That'll destroy everything in this system.
Transporter room to bridge. I can't locate Commander LaForge or Mr. Data, sir.
They come back to the ship.
No, sir, they are not on board.
Finally, there's a chance to take control, which has been something that's not happened before in the series. How do you feel about that?
Take control of the ship? Mm-hmm. I've had control of this ship before. Patrick Stewart won't admit it, but I've had his seat. You pardon the expression.
Oh, yes! I hate this! It is revolting!
More?
Please.
You're also a huge cult figure. If we look inside the cinema, there are other Datas, I have to warn you, sitting inside.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you have fans who follow you around and dress up as Data?
Well, I don't know if they actually follow me around, and if they do, they're very secretive about it. Oh, there's one lurking over there now.
I need help.
I know someone who can.
You say history considers me dead. Who am I to argue with history?
You're a Starfleet officer. You have a duty.
I don't need to be lectured by you. I was out saving the galaxy when your grandfather was in diapers.
I was given the opportunity to explore more intensely the personal, emotional, private side of the captain than I had been able to do in the series. Although, of course, there were many series that touched on the captain's personal life. We did this deliberately because there was a feeling for a while that he was becoming a rather remote and distant and aloof, guarded individual. And I'm pleased that in the middle of an action movie, although I think it is an action movie that's character-driven, we were able to show these private sides of Captain Picard.
When the producers said, we've got this terrific idea, you die, I thought that made a little dramatic sense, and I was all for it. It was as we got closer to filming it that I realized what an extraordinary decision I had to help make. But I thought really it was a good idea.
It was delightful to come face to face in front of a camera with Bill Shatner / Admiral Kirk, I suppose, as he is now. It was a moment that everybody in the movie had been looking forward to, and there was certainly a certain sense that something a little special was happening.
Patrick was properly in obeisance. He knelt when I came on the set, and I don't know whether it was to tie a shoelace or in terms of respect. I preferred respect.
In fact, not only did we not know one another, there had been a certain coolness, a distance between us. Not brought about by me, I must add, but very appropriately by Mr. Shatner.
Captain of the Enterprise.
That's right.
Close to retirement?
I'm not planning on it.
Let me tell you something. Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make a difference.
Come back with me. Help me stop Solon. Make a difference again.
But we spent some time together and found that we had much in common. And the whole experience of working with him was absolutely delightful.
He's a wonderful actor and a wonderful gentleman. And so it was good fun to toss this tennis ball that when two performers are at work, at their best, it is like a tennis game.
And now I think everyone regrets that sequence, once the two captains were brought together, was not extended. I've even suggested to them that we should do an entirely separate series of movies, kind of buddy movies, that are not Star Trek movies at all.
Who am I to argue with the captain of the Enterprise? What's the name of that planet? Viridian 3?
Yes.
I take it the odds are against us and the situation is grim.
You could say that.
If Spock were here, he'd say that I was an irrational, illogical human being for taking on a mission like that. Sounds like fun. We know for us a fact that the continuity of Star Trek is not me. And we know it's not Patrick because it's still going on. So we must therefore come to the conclusion it's not the actors. It may be the cast of characters that are warm and wonderful. It may be the science fiction that is intriguing. It may be the sense of adventure. It may be even the tickling of the imagination that there's something out there. Let's try and cheat death together.
Warp 1, engage!
Wasn't it clever? And you can boldly go and see Star Trek Generations at a cinema near you across Europe very soon. Well, it's time